JB Billy and Joey Montagna. This is Triple M's Rush Hour. Nathan Jones joining us up next.
He is indeed, and we think he's going to put the jumper on for a local footy club.
Ooh.
And there's going to be a few big names in the AFL circles, the retired AFL stars that will be doing that. So we'll chat to Nathan Jones shortly.
Which is great for local footy clubs.
Especially the last couple of years that all the local clubs have had, how hard it's been through COVID, losing players, losing money. So it'll be a great initiative, and we'll get some star power out at the local footy.
Oh, yeah.
Which got us thinking about star power out at local footy. And we asked you, Bill, did you ever play any local games once you finished your illustrious career at the Cats?
When I got sacked, yeah, I did. One game, because my ankle was no good.
Yeah.
And before I got it operated on, I went over and played in Tasmania with my brother Blair. He was coaching a side called Dosa.
Where's that?
Ammos, in Hobart.
In Hobart.
Yeah, the amateurs. And Dosa, the team, so I got picked. I started on the bench. First of all...
What?
First of all, I arrived on the Friday night because I thought I'd go over there and have a couple of frothies the night before. And there was reporters and a camera crew at the airport to greet me because I was playing the next day.
That's a big name. I mean, Billy Brownless going in to play for Dosa.
Well, not
that's
really.
a big fish. Of course it is.
Anyway, we did a few interviews and all that and went out and had a few frothies. Had to play the next day, of course. And Blair, my brother, started me on the bench.
Why?
And it's freezing cold down at down at Hobart. I've got the old dress. Remember the old dressing gowns, the real old, and a blanket over me, right? Freezing. About the 20-minute mark, I go on in the first quarter, standing on the bench, on the side of on the grass, ready to come on. This big Russian bloke gets up off the bench the other side, starts coming and bumping me.
Oh, no.
Oh, mate, he goes, and actually he was quite good. He goes, sorry, mate, but my coach told me I've got to do this, right? And he's bumping me on the side. I go, oh, fair dinkum, mate. Anyway, I go to centre forward-ish, full forward, roamed around there, and he followed me and all that. 4 goals to half time. Not bad.
Yeah.
4 goals to half time in about a quarter and 10 minutes. And then we had to go in at half time. Oh, cool down. No good, Bill. No good. So I went out for about 5 minutes. No good. I took myself off, sat there, and we won, of course. But then it went into the night and did a little sportsman's night for them.
Of course you did, for free. Yeah, of course you did.
And had a big night there. So it was really good, bud. They had a good crowd there. I think they paid $2 to get into the ground and then the night there. So it was good to go back and play, sit around in the rooms after the game, having a can. I still remember running out on the other side. They had their seconds that lined up. And they were calling me the Michelin Man. Here he is. Here comes the Michelin Man and all that. But it was good fun. Good fun.
Were you one and done? That's it? One local footy game?
One win and done.
Yeah,
that was no good.
I only played 2 games.
So you played for Ararat?
Played one at Ararat, and then I played one at Marsland, so my old school side. My brother was still playing in the ammo, so I thought I'd play one game with my brother, a bit like you.
Good.
I'd never played any level of football with my brother. Unfortunately, he was injured the game that I played.
Oh, no.
So he was the backline coach, and I played across half-back because it's fair to say I wasn't as fit as when I played. So I played across half-back. I thought it'd be easier. And we're fighting for a spot. We're playing Fitzroy Stars, fighting for a spot in the top 4 late in the season. Anyway, 3/4 time, I had a fair game, Bill. I was going all right across half-back. Yeah. So start of the 4th quarter, I'm at half-back, Rabsy. My opponent goes and stands literally on the boundary line, thinking that they could draw me out.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So I looked at him and said, well, I'm not going to go stand on the boundary.
Go through him.
I stood at the back of the square all by myself, thinking, you're leaving me at the back of the square. I come in off the back of the square thinking I'm all on my own.
No.
They win the clearance. It's true. Go straight out to my bloke, kick the goal. Anyway, we ended up losing the game. And you know what? They all thought I was a big head. They're like, why wouldn't you have gone and stood on your man? You're playing in the back line. I'm thinking, pretty handy to be standing off the back of the square all on my own. Lost the game.
So you lost the game?
Yeah, my brother was filthy with me as the defensive coach. He goes, go and stand on your opponent. Don't stand where you want as a defender. So
what about
that was it. It was all over.
Ararat, the Rats.
Went and played Ararat Rats v Stall. It was a big Good Friday clash.
Stall.
Big rivalry too. They told me they always used to punch on. So I was a bit nervous. So I made sure when I got to I went to training on the Thursday. I just asked who was the best fighter in the group.
Yeah.
Big Ruckman put his hand up and said, well,
I'm with you,
yeah,
mate.
you're looking after me for the weekend. But it was great. I had good fun and we had a big win that night, Ararat v Stall, and stayed the night as well. So it was good. Yeah,
good on you.
We had a good time.
Because a lot of blokes do play and then they take off straight away.
No, I even went to training, so I didn't want to do that. So I went and trained on the Thursday, met the players, drove back up on the Saturday, a bit like you, stayed and had a function on the Saturday night, and really enjoyed it. So hopefully a lot of players get out and play some country footy and local footy.
I like this initiative from
years.
Carlton Draft, isn't it? Or CUB, Carlton Draft.
It is,
called.
yeah, Carlton Draft, and it's called the Carlton Draft, DRAFT. It's going to be broadcast on Fox Footy as well because there's a bunch of players up for grabs. So that's why Nathan Jones is going to join us next. As you said, local footy, it's been tough for the last couple of years.
For anyone that's interested, you can listen, you can work out how to enter and try and get a local AFL star to come and play at your club.
I tell you, and as you know, when you go up to the country, it's just not the football. It's the football netball club.
The netball was going on next to me.
Netball goes next door. So when I grew up at Drewaldry, you'd always have the footy and you'd have the netball. Everyone would get involved. It was fantastic. But it doesn't really happen as much in town, does it?
No, we don't really do that in Melbourne. It's more of a country thing.
Yeah, that was fantastic. So you get the girls involved. They all get married and they all have kids together and, wowee. But it's good fun. Did I tell you, speaking of the country, where I went yesterday and had a couple of frothies?
No.
The Royal Hotel in Meredith. Is that a good joint?
Is it?
Mate, there they have some Daryl Braithwaite and Daryl...
I thought I was almost waiting for another Foos Clues there.
No.
The way that he started that story.
No, there's no tickets left today.
But yeah. But that is fantastic there. They have all the bands and the electrifying 80s bands and all that. Fantastic. I was just thinking about it then, sitting back having a couple of beers. It was a good show too they had on there at the backyard last night. There's an old shed, Cobb & Co shed, and that's where the stage is.
Have they paid for this spot?
No, but it was a good show by, guess who was on yesterday?
Who?
Me and Doug.
That's why you were
That's
there.
why. You do more cashies than anybody I know.
This is for me mate Damo who owns the pub. Helped him out, yes. But Doug does.
Nathan Jones, 300 game Melbourne Stars, joining us next on the Rush Hour.